Start by doing what's necessary, then do what's possible, and suddenly you are doing the impossible. Good morning everyone. Today I, Himani, with my team members Mr. Tarun, Mr. Hanuman, Mr. Vibhor, Ms. Tanya, Mr. Dago, Ms. Misha, Mr. Ish and Ms. Ashna are here to share our thoughts and views regarding the techniques of effective writing through a presentation. Before starting the presentation, I would like to clear the ground rules. I would request you to be patient and it would be worth it. Secondly, in next 10 minutes, you are going to have something unique. So, next 10 minutes would be ours. To start the presentation, I would like to call Mr. Tarun Rathi to introduce the techniques of effective writing.
Thanks, Ms. Himani. Good morning, everyone. People often ask what it takes to be a good writer. The short answer, I don't know. The slightly long answer, I don't know and I don't care. I am much less concerned with good writing than I am with effective writing. What's the difference? One is based on opinion and the other actually matters. People have their own idea of what it means to be a good writer. Opinions on the quality vary depending on who you ask. But effective writing is hard to argue with. It gets the job done, plain and simple. Here, I would like to quote, "The pen is mightier than the sword." These lines were first written by novelist and English playwright Edward Bulwer Lytton in 1839 for his play Richelieu or The Conspiracy. Richelieu, the chief minister for King Louis XIII, discovers a plot to kill him, but as a priest, he refused to take up arms against his enemies. His page Francis pointed out, to which he agreed, "The pen is mightier than the sword. Take away the sword, states can be saved without it." So, getting back to our topic. So, what is effective writing? Effective writing is a writing that has logical flow of ideas and is cohesive. This means it holds together well as it has links between paragraphs and sentences. The writing which is cohesive works as a unified whole and is easy to follow. It uses language effectively to maintain a focus and keep the reader on track. The tone of your writing can be more effective. Certain forms of communication require a formal tone, while some require a more informal tone. The kind of tone depends on the audience and the purpose of writing. The language needs to be simple, but the grammar needs to be correct. If the reader finds the language vague and sloppy, he will lose interest. Today, me and my group members will tell you some techniques by which you can write more effectively. So, let's start with the techniques for which I would like to call Mr. Hanuman on stage to give you a technique known as getting to the point.
Thanks, Mr. Tarun. Hello friends, I am Hanuman here. Today I am here in front of you to share my views and my personal experience onto the topic of getting to the point. So first of all, I would like to tell you what does getting to the point mean. Getting to the point means sharing your views, your experiences, whatever message you want to convey in a least number of words, least number of sentences. So I would like to tell you the three things first of all. So, before writing, you will have to think about 3 points. First, is it friendly? Second, is it clear? Third, is it concise? And if you have these 3 things, if you think of these 3 things, then believe me, no one can beat you in writing. In writing effectively, and the whole world will be yours, and the sky is a limit for you. So, I would like to tell you some more points, like you should avoid bad communication skills, you should use less number of words, although he was not good in studies, but still he is one of the best authors of India and in the world too. So if you are not good in studies, then don't discourage yourselves and always focus on writing concisely and try to focus on the point. And before writing, always think of the point, whatever message you want to convey. So thanks, and for the next part of the presentation, I would like to call Mr. Vibhor Kapoor on the stage.
Thank you, Mr. Hanumant. Now further, I would like to continue Hanuman's topic of getting to the point. Getting to the point basically consists of paragraphing. Paragraphing is the use of paragraphs. Paragraphs can consist of short sentences and short paragraphs. Short sentences consist of 3 to 5 words. For example, you did great, or you did good at this. Short paragraphs consist of 3 to 5 sentences. The use of short sentences basically creates white space. White space creates effective your paragraph effective, and it also makes your presentation distinct. You can use various questions at the starting of a paragraph. These questions consist of W's. There are 5 W's in English: who, when, where, what, and why. Now I would like to call Ms. Himani to continue further.
Thank you, Mr. Vibhor. As we know, lists are an important part in a technique of effective writing. I would like to tell you about the benefits of using lists. By using the list, writer can effectively organize his thoughts in a better way. Secondly, reader can easily see the main points. If you want to grab important information from long paragraphs, it would be very difficult for the reader. But by using the list, it can be easily grabbed. And moreover, the important points are not overlooked by using the list. Now, for further part, I would like to call Ms. Tanya.
Thank you, Ms. Himani. Good morning. I am going to tell you about how to format a list. When you have decided on a list, there are certain things that helps in formatting a list. Let's start with bullets and numbers. Use bullets when the order is not important. We should list the items alphabetically when the order is not important, and when the order is important, we should use numbers. Now the second point is the items should be parallel. Make sure your items are parallel, means all the items are structured in a same way. If you have start one bullet with a verb, then start every bullet with a verb. Now when we have decided our list, then the question arises, if we have to capitalize the first letter of our each list or not. The answer is, if the sentences are complete, we should capitalize the first word, and if the sentences are not complete, then it's our choice to capitalize or not. It based on style. But it's easy to capitalize the first letter because it is easier to remember it. And the last point, but not the least, be consistent with the punctuation. If the sentences are complete, use the termination punctuation like question mark or exclamation marks. And if sentences are not complete, it's your choice to use termination marks or not. But the main point is that be consistent with the punctuation. Thank you. Now I would like to call Mr. Ashish to carry further part of our presentation.
Thank you, Ms. Tanya. Now I would like to continue on my topic, non-discriminatory language. Non-discriminatory language is a language that treats everyone equally. It means it is free of religion, age, sex or color. That is, no discrimination on the basis of color of your skin, religion or the language you speak. For example, non-discriminatory language is most commonly used in corporate world for business meetings. Thank you. Now I'd like to call Ms. Misha on the stage.
Thanks, Mr. Raghav. Now I would like to further continue with what is tone. A tone is an emotion or attitude towards the subject of the reader. Likewise, when we are writing a business document, we have to keep that tone is very polite so that it is easily understood by the reader.
When we are writing the business document to get our desired results, the desired information is very understood to the reader. It is very important, and that matters what the tone is used. If we have answers to these questions, then we are using the appropriate tone. Who the audience is, the message we are conveying is clear to the audience. If we get the answers to these questions, then our tone use is very appropriate. The negative impacts of tone are shown here. The incorrect statement, I do not understand why you made such discriminatory mistake. The correct statement is discriminatory remarks are not tolerated in this organization. This means that if we use a polite tone, the reader will be very happy to see and the desired results. Thank you. I would like to call Mr. Ish to carry the further presentation.
Thank you, Ms. Pisha. You may all have suffered from many errors or mistakes while writing. So today, hello everyone, I Ish is going to present the rules to avoid the errors and mistakes while writing. The number one, the first rule is use simple language. The beginners today use complicated sentences while writing. They use present perfect tense or very conditionals in their sentences, but they make horrible mistakes. They must not do this. You may feel very free to express your thoughts while writing. The second rule is be simple, be slow and careful. You may see that in the beginning you may take 2 hours, even 2 hours to write 10 correct sentences in an email message also. But you don't fear about it. You are right at the beginning time. Because the reason may arise that how it took so long to write 10 correct sentences. But the answer to that question is that because you have read all sentences several times to avoid mistakes in them. So the sentences must be correct even if you take many times. The third point is when writing always look up. You may see that you may not be comfortable with any word or you are not sure about any word. So you must look up it in a dictionary or good dictionary or a website. So that you can use the word perfectly. To see the examples, you can also refer to a dictionary also. The fourth and the last point is, if you are not sure about to say something, you must not. If you are not sure about to say something in an email message or even writing also, then you must not use that sentence. You must rather avoid to use it. Because complicated sentences are not impressive, but the sentences which are correct are impressive. So avoid the sentence which you are not able to say. That's all for the errors to avoid mistakes. Now I would like to call Ms. Ashima to present the further presentation. Ms. Ashima.
Thanks, Mr. Ish. Last but not the least, be yourself. Be distinct. Yes, be yourself. Don't model your writing over another writer. Ultimately, what you want to discover is your own writing way, and frankly, that's your audiences wants to. If you want to read in a Hemingway, then you would read in a Hemingway. So, always listen to your conscience and do whatever you want to do. That would really help for an effective presentation when you listen to your conscience. One thing I would like to ask, how can we be ourselves? It is very simple. Basically, we need a counter reference, something that tells us how to do it differently, which kind of tone and which kind of language we should use. So that would be really helpful for an effective writing. Being yourself is a very important aspect for an effective writing. So be yourself, be distinctive. Now I would like to call Mr. Tarun back on stage. Thank you.
Hello everyone again. At the end, I would just like to thank all your audience for your patience, and I hope you learned something new today. I would also like to thank all my members for their cooperation and presenting such a fabulous presentation. And at last, I would like to thank our teacher, Dr. Sushil Kumar, for helping us in preparing this presentation and teaching us the way how to present.